I am muted. Hey everyone, shout out to everybody in the chat. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Yes, I am early. I am. So my apologies. We're gonna get this intro going here in a little bit, but let me see who else is in the house right now. Yes, I am. I am. That's because I'm going to bed early. That's why. Yo, I got a bedtime. Okay, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Now, I was coming in and I noticed we have a new member. Chels Too Fresh, shout out to you and thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me get this little intro going. It's not the long one. I am doing Restream today and not StreamYards because I'm trying to get a little bit more acclimated to the settings. Now, if the chat is annoying to you, let me know because we can always remove it. See? Back off. If it's too annoying, let me know in the chat. But we got a very interesting night and a couple of things to talk about. So we got to get into it, yo. We have to get into it. Let me get this intro. Alrighty, guys, we got some topics to get into, a lot of stuff to get into tonight. Make sure you're coming in and hitting that like button. Now, Restreams does not show me who my beautiful, wonderful members are. So I have my phone right here so I can shout everybody else that is coming in. We have Chico in the house, Kate, Her Majesty, Grandma's in the house, Okie, let's see, SW, Lost Mother of One, T. Kelly, Sakina. Oh my gosh, everybody, Peekaboo, come on in. Peekaboo, can you guys, Peekaboo is our newest mod. Shout out to Peekaboo. Drop some rabbits in the chat for Peekaboo. She's very much gracefully has helped us, is helping us. So thank you so much, Peekaboo, for everything that you do. And for helping us, of course. Tina, Lost Mother of What I said hello, T. Kelly, Kate, Blaine. Shout out to you guys. Nebulous is here. Welcome, Nebulous, with all the wisdom. Always. I'm always reading your comments and I'm always intrigued by those comments. Thank you. Okay. Wait. Liz, Dee Dee, who else? I said hello, Tina. Caddy, welcome, Caddy. How are you? Okay, Lindsay's in the house. Shout out to Lindsay. I hate peace. G14 Classified is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our newest member, Chels Too Fresh. I said hello, Lane. And who else? That's it, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Make sure you're coming in and welcome. T. Kelly's like, now I know I want to be called Her Majesty. I know Majesty. Her Majesty's in the chat is one of our members. Shout out to you. Okay. Hey, how are you, B Tim? Shout out to everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. All right. So we got some topics to get into. I want us to start right here with this one. Let me see if I could look. I'm learning how to restream. It's a little bit user friendly. I'm noticing that there's a little bit of a delay, which is, I don't know if that's an internet issue or a restream issue, but hey, it is what it is. B Tim, shout out to B Tim, who gifted 5 memberships, yo. B Tim, thank you so much for your gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Hey, good Nanya. If you guys received a gift, make sure you show some love to Mr. B Tim, who's gifted 5 members. Thank you. All right, let's hit this train. Let's go. Okay. So if you guys remember this tragic situation with who is it, Aubrey Hale. So there was a debate that's been kind of ongoing for those that don't necessarily know what's going on between the FBI and I believe the families as well as other things that have been happening behind the scenes with this Aubrey Hale. So the Nashville Christian school shooter, we all know as Aubrey Hale, manifesto to be released after cops review for public. So the manifesto, we've been asking about this manifesto, what's going on? It will be released. So the manifesto from the school shooter, Aubrey Hale, will be released after authorities prepare prepare it for public consumption, Nashville police said Thursday. Now, when they say prepare it for public consumption, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of wondering what exactly does that even mean? Like, um, I mean, what? Why can't they just have it? You know what I'm saying? And just release it. But I don't know what exactly needs to be prepared for public consumption, given that, um, the shooter's gone. Is there things in there that maybe might be more relevant to Aubrey, or what exactly is the issue here? I'm not really sure. Let me know in the chat if you guys feel like you would know this, but I'm curious to know. Hale's writings have been subject of much speculation in the aftermath of a twisted mass shooting inside the school where 3 young students and 3 staff members were fatally shot. All right. So they've seized the writings, and even though it's still unclear as to, there's a lot, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but do you guys think, okay? Yeah, I'm Grandma, I'm wondering about this redact stuff, public consumption, what does that mean? I mean, in my opinion, you know, all of this kind of happened. I don't know. Like, I have a problem with maybe it's the wording, I think, in just the way it's written, that is a little confusing to me. But even now, there's still confusion about motive. What does prepare for public consumption mean? That's what I want to know. What are they going to edit out? Because even that's a little concerning to me. The investigation has advanced to the point that writings from the school shooter are now being reviewed for public release, and that process is underway and it will take a little time, a Metro Nashville Police Department spokesperson told the Post. Police on Thursday could not give a firm date when the writings would be released and would not confirm it if everything will be shown to the public. Okay, Hale, who identified as transgender, was killed by cops who quickly responded to the private Christian school minutes after the shooting, after the killer began the depraved March 27th shooting spree. Okay, so I'm curious to know what exactly would need to be out there. You know, I don't know. Like, what is it that we need to be? I guess as the public, I'm just concerned. I'm concerned. It's like, what do you mean? So Nashville police is going to tell me as an adult what I can or can't see? I am kind of curious to know about this. I don't know. Public consumption. We are all mushrooms kept in the dark. They will probably have to redact anything that would be considered a hate crime to avoid a riot. Right, Kate? Could be. Could very well be. I mean, right? That manifesto, I want to read it, but I worry it might inspire the wrong things. Maybe that's what it is, right? I don't know. I'm curious. Redactions, no doubt. I don't know. Maybe it's the wording. Like, what the hell? Public consumption? All right, cool. Because I need to make sure somebody tells me what I can or can't consume. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, we're already told what we can or can't consume to a certain degree. So, giving you guys a heads up about that situation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as we're reading this whole thing and, try to make sense of it, right? Like, in general. Okay, we got to switch over to this situation with this Uber Eats thing. Okay, now I had read about the story a couple days ago. I'm going to play a little bit of this. Let me know your thoughts about this because um, I, there's more information coming out about this suspect. Well, I think he's been charged. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me see.
Technicians and detectives went through this home on Moog Road. Sheriff Chris Nocco says he will not go into specifics out of respect for the victim and his family, but he says his team saw gruesome things in the home.
It was a horrible scene for them out there for several days. It was tough.
Sheriff Nocco says the victim texted his wife on April 19th, saying he was about to make his last delivery for the day for Uber Eats. The sheriff says security video shows the victim arriving at the home.
We watched the video. He's a guy just like everybody else, just trying to make a living for his family.
Later that evening, the victim's wife reported him missing. Detectives then obtained his last known GPS location from Uber Eats and tracked him to this home. Later, detectives found trash bags outside of the home.
Unfortunately, what we found inside of some of those trash bags was human remains.
Detectives then arrested Oscar Adrian Solis, charging him today with first-degree murder. The sheriff says Solis has a long and violent criminal history in Indiana.
Burglary, battery on detention staff. He supposedly stabbed somebody several times while he was in prison in Indiana. So you're talking about a very violent individual that Indiana released and sent down to Florida.
So they're saying, and I don't know if this has necessarily been confirmed. I think it's maybe a point to kind of make. They're saying that this man was part of the MS-13 as well. I think one thing about MS-13 is that you can tell on the tattoo. If you look at the tattoo, he does have the number I think it's the number 13 on his forehead, which is, I guess, a calling card for them. I'm not really sure. Just something to kind of keep in mind. My understanding is that this wasn't necessarily gang related, but it was a robbery, basically. I mean, this man is just, people can't even deliver food anymore. It's becoming a little too dangerous. I mean, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. It is a disturbing case. Absolutely. Can you imagine? Like, he's just trying to do his job and then this shit happens. Not only that, his wife, his children. That's crazy, yo.
Rios is an Uber Eats driver who also makes deliveries in this neighborhood and says she is now terrified to work because of what happened here.
I have to think of other safety plans now because I do the same thing this Uber driver do. Dropping off a simple order, it could have been any of us.
And thank you, Her Majesty. There are other gangs that use 13 besides. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I just assume because people, where else did I see it? I saw it in a different article that somebody said that he was affiliated. But you're absolutely right. There are other gangs that use 13, right? As a sign. All right. Yeah. What is his last name? Solis is his last name. So his name, let's see. Let's go to the article real quick. Oscar Adrian Solis. He's 30. He was charged with murder while engaging in the robbery and the death of Randall William Cooke. He was 59, according to Pasco County court records. Okay. Um, this person, we always say the word evil, but this is demonic. So that's how they're describing him because he basically dismembered his body. That's what he did. So here's this man, he was robbed and then he was murdered, basically. A search warrant was obtained and trash bags were sent to the medical examiner's office unopened to preserve the potential evidence, the complaint said. Authorities found Cooke's wallet, keys in Solis's bedroom, according to the complaint. Cooke's vehicle was also found about a third of a mile from the home in search. A trash bag with bloody rags, paper towels, and a time card with Solis's name on it were found inside the car, the complaint said. Um, I we're heartbroken by the news of this horrific crime. There's no reason why Mr. Cooke shouldn't be home with his family, and we are keeping his loved ones in our thoughts. So hold up. Hold up, Her Majesty. Here's another quote. Nocco said Tuesday that Solis had ties to the MS-13 gang that had been involved in a prison stabbing. So I guess that's the third article that I read where they're talking about him having some type of MS-13 affiliation. But thank you so much for pointing that out there. Packing to, oh my God, it's just becoming like, yeah, the victim was targeted for the delivery money. I would have to agree with that. I mean, clearly, right? Like, it's an unfortunate situation. And not only unfortunate, but like, was it just the money or was there other motive? That's a gruesome. To dismember a body is such a gruesome crime. Period. Like there's no other way to put it or even look past it, right? How I see it. Delivery up here, don't have cash on them. Really, Stephanie. Stephanie said that the delivery up in the area, they don't have cash. You can't pay for Uber Eats with cash, can you? So then that's a good question, right? You can't. I didn't think so. I mean, I don't do Uber Eats. Um, I have this thing about people spitting in food. Like it's one thing. I mean, I'm already like paranoid at a restaurant, with people in the food and stuff. Now there's other people that are not with the restaurant touching your delivery bag. I just that's just I don't do Uber Eats. I mean, not readily, if that makes sense. But when you use Uber Eats or DoorDash, you pay electronically. You don't use it. You don't use cash. So maybe he robbed him for like he was planning to rob him, you know? And then like I don't know, that's what I think, right? He saw somebody that he could rob. No, I had to pay before it was sent delivery. Oh, all credit and debit transactions. Trust me, I use DoorDash and Uber Eats constantly, electronic payments only. Well, this is what makes it maybe a little weird. Do you guys think it was a targeted attack? Like, why this man? I don't know. And who knows what the inside of their car looks like? Kelly feels me. This is why I was like, listen. It's already rough enough to like have somebody cook your food, right? Then the Uber Eats. You don't know what those cars look. You're absolutely right, Kelly. You took that right out of my head. The cops called it an act of Yeah, why do they call that? You know what's so funny, Grandma? The cops did call that an act of passion. Why? Like a spur? Is it because it was spur of the moment? Her Majesty, that's what I want to know. Like, was it targeted? It just seems like such a random act. I don't know. And if it was targeted, wouldn't the police say something? You know? No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you on that completely. Cash tips are always better for the driver because they don't have to claim them on taxes. Peekaboo, maybe that's what it was. Like, listen, this is just a random act. He happened to be the delivery driver, and he's like, well, he might not have, he knew he wasn't going to get a lot of money, but maybe he thought he had tips, and that's what he did. I hear you, Dee Dee. I hope so. I hope so. Ooh, you guys. Yes. It just seems so random. My husband always liked to surprise our drivers with 100 tips. Aw, shout out to your husband, Flor. Seriously, like if I had to do delivery, that would be awesome. He loves putting a smile on their face and making their day. Oh, shout out to Flor's husband. Shout out to your hubby, Flor. That's a really sweet thing to do. Seriously, because I mean, you're already paying for the gas. It's not like you're going to get paid right away. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is just horrible. Like, prayers to that family. Up front what you're making on a delivery. I doubt that he had that much cash, says Chico. I don't know. But okay, wrap it up. Top, but Jared would deliver. Jared. Jared who would delivery? I don't know. Lane, tell me more. I guess I don't get it what you mean, but let me know your thoughts. I know, right? Shout out to Flor. Flor and your husband. Okay, so bringing that story, I mean, it's such a just unfortunate and totally cruel crime on that whole situation. All right, now you guys know that I hate talking about cases involving kids. It just gets to me. I hate it. I dread it. I really, really do. But we have to talk about this because of just the overall situation here. I'm trying to make sense of it. Okay. So a Louisiana woman allegedly kills boyfriend's daughter, wheels body to her mom. Chilling video captured a Louisiana woman allegedly carting a bucket containing the body of her boyfriend's slain 6-year-old daughter before dumping it outside the home of the girl's mother. I think her name is Buchnan Hannah Landon. Buchnan. So they're calling her Hannah Landon, but her full name is Buchnan Bucka Hannah Landon. 43 was charged with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice after she was seen wheeling the chlorine bucket in a wagon in the New Orleans suburbs of, is it Harana, about 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. Inside there was a bucket of the body of Bella Fontanelle, who had been beaten and strangled. Oh my gosh. I hate talking like this right here. I don't get it. Crimes against kids, yo, like I don't know. Oh, oh, I see. I don't know, Lane. That threw me off. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Yes, I don't know. I don't know about that. I have no comment about that situation. I just saw that before tuning in. I can't believe that she was scrolling down. Yeah, she was. She was scrolling down the street with baby girl in the bucket. Yeah, poor it's a very tragic like that's another. I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't." Like what have we come down to? The woman would have to be purely evil, right? I just listen, these I think what's getting to me is that you're hearing these trials. You have the Letitia Stout case. Then you have Lori Vallow. Like all of these cases have become a little too much because they all involve kids. It's like what the fuck is going on? And I'm sorry I'm cussing, but I don't get that part. And this I mean, you see her in the video with the bucket. I don't know what to make of it. So Landon lived with Bella's dad and little sister on Donnell Drive, where she was allegedly killed. The girl before placing her into a bucket, taking it nearby the Sigfield Drive. Bella's father, who had not been named, reported Bella and his girlfriend missing to police about 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, here are the images. Police launched an investigation and went to the biological mother's home, where they made the horrific discovery in the bucket on the front lawn about an hour later. When they opened that bucket, they found 6-year-old deceased. Oh my God, they found the 6-year-old deceased. Investigators then canvassed the neighborhood and obtained surveillance footage from several homes, including a video showing a woman matching Landon's description wheeling the bucket. I cannot. What happened, yo? Oh my God, look at this beautiful girl. Like, why? I cannot. It's just so sad. Like, what is up with these cases with kids? I don't know. And shout out to you guys that are watching these trials because I know that this is the kind of stuff that gets to me. I'm just telling you, like this right here, I can't. I right, and nobody saw her Now I'm kind of wondering what happened. Children are our future. Absolutely. It just, I can't, yo. It is heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking, yo. Before this, I wouldn't think twice if a lady put a bucket in a wagon. It's like, what is this? What is happening, guys? The bio mom lived close by. Why not send her to a bio mom's escape? It's unreal how cruel adults can be to children. And why, shout out to True Synergy, and why that child and the only one. There was another kid. Sounds like there was a sibling. G14 Classified says, I read the article that lady had several aliases. I don't know, yo. Jealous rage. Is that what you think, T. Kelly? Evil running rampant. Have you covered the little boy name? I have not, Kelly Shook. I have not. I did share with you guys that I have a really, like, I could touch a little bit of children's, but I have a really hard time talking about kids and these stories. I mean, there's some of them that I've talked about, but it's just been so hard. Like, I think I have my own PTSD on some of the stuff that I've seen. So this is definitely one that's pushing it for me because I'm like, immediately my mind wants to go to, just like everybody else, immediately we want to go to why and the failures and what could have been prevented. And that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, that's just how I feel. But yeah, these kids, they are tough. This is why, shout out to you if you're watching Lori Vallow or Gannon Stout, like all these cases, I'm like, oh, it's a lot. It's heartbreaking. That's just how it feels to me. It's just a very heartbreaking situation, you know? I want us to talk a little bit about, we got to talk about this case here because this case right here totally captured my mind at the very, like, it just did at the very last minute. Okay. Shout out to, oh, let me remove this comment real quick. Yes, Dee Dee, it affects everybody's mental health. For sure, I would have to agree with that. Shout out to Martin Lewis Resurrected. Guys, Martin Lewis Resurrected is a huge YouTube channel. I actually had the opportunity to do some collaboration with him on another case that we were looking at. He's also done coverage on Shanquella Robinson. Shout out to him. I love his coverage and how thorough he is. But I was watching a video that he did. He did this breakdown and it just intrigued me. Okay. The death of a 25-year-old Tiera Strand being investigated as a homicide, Bell County Sheriff's Office says. Strand had went missing out of Austin on April 16th. She was found dead in a bar ditch north of Temple on April 21st. Literally, what, like last week, okay? Not that long ago. So here we have Bell County, Texas. The Bell County Sheriff's Department has announced that it is treating the investigation into the death of the 25-year-old Tiera Strand as a homicide on Thursday, April 27th. Okay. According to the Sheriff's Department, several people have been questioned about Strand's disappearance, but no definitive suspect have emerged at this time. There was a video where it's like a fight video. Okay. This is, hey, Bossy, how are you? Oh my gosh, Bossy, it's been a minute. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming by. There's a video out there that I found to be very interesting that I was looking at. I'm curious to know what happened, whether the video was what led to her being killed. Okay. I'm trying to understand this. I don't, have you guys heard of this story, this situation, this whole case? Because I'm intrigued. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm intrigued by this case. So there's no definitive answers have emerged at this time. The Sheriff's Department says that it is still waiting an autopsy result from the Southwestern Institution of Forensic Science in Dallas. According to the Sheriff's Department, Strand had been missing out of Austin, Texas since April 16th. She was reported last seen near the 400 block of East 6th Street On Friday, April 21st, Strand was found dead in a bar ditch near the 1300 block of Berg Road in Bell County, authorities say. A joint investigation is being conducted by Bell County Sheriff's Department, Criminal Investigation Department, and the Austin Police Homicide Unit. Okay, if you guys have any questions, there's the number. We have to watch this situation. Let me see if I can go ahead and play this video right here.
A woman from Austin was found dead just north of Temple. Here are the details. Police identified the body as 25-year-old Tiera Strand. She was reported missing from Austin on Sunday. She was last seen on 6th Street. Family members, they want some answers. Loved ones telling our sister station in Austin that the last video they have of Strand shows a group of people assaulting her and say her friends could have done more.
The people you took pictures with just hours before were smiling with, laughing with, enjoying with, just stood there and watched that happen to you. And then they have the audacity to come to her mother and say, well, we tried to follow her, but she just wanted to walk away. She wanted to be by herself.
Now, investigators have not said how she died. An autopsy has been ordered. If you have any information, please call the Bell County Sheriff's Department or the Austin Police Department.
So I have a lot of questions, and I'm going to answer. You guys are asking, what is a bar ditch? So a bar ditch is like a burrow ditch. So it's like a roadside, like where there's water. How do I say this? It's like a dirt that is burrowed from the ditch. So there's a ditch. Kind of, there might be a road in the area, so it's just kind of I wouldn't say it's just a ditch. There's a road to a ditch, if that makes sense. But let me know your thoughts in the comments about this. This is what I want to know. They're not saying anything about there being a connection, okay, to the people that were fighting in the video. That's one. The other thing too is, how do you were there any suspects named? So they're calling this a homicide. Truce Energy says just another Shanquella. Let's hope the ones who committed this case are actually served justice, right? I mean, the only difference is it's just another, situation in which it's like, I mean, at least it's here in the US. We need to figure this out. I call those canals too. Yes, definitely. Hey, Vic. So she goes missing on the 16th. She's found on the 21st. And then yesterday, that would have been yesterday, the 27th, they named this a homicide. And there's a video of her fighting. Curious. Thank you, Sinner. There's the definition of a bar ditch for those that are wanting to know. No worries, Vic. I went early. You're fine. It's a wet ditch. That's a good way to put it, Bowling. She's like, listen, Rabbit, stop complicating the ish. It's a wet dish or ditch. I agree. It is devastating. How can you leave one behind? We are, can I just say that? Let me just put this. Let me put this away for a minute. Okay. Let's see if I can put this here. Is it just me? I don't know if it's just like, I'm not in my 20s anymore, right? But like, yo, you don't defend the people. Like, if your friends get into a fight, don't just leave your friends there fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either you join in the fight or you take your friend home, like that, one or the other. So, and that was the question that Martin had posed. Like, what happened here in this fight? Nobody's defending her. Nobody's pulling her out. Nobody's saying like, hey, let's come on home. Let's go. You don't need a fight. I mean, I'm curious to know. Let me see if I can pull it real quick. Does anybody do this anymore where it's like you're actually there to help your friends? Do you like you're either there to intervene or like pull your friend back from it? So let me go back over here because he did this really great breakdown here. Hold up. This is the images from the fight, okay? Shout out to Martin. Hold up.
She claims that the reason why they fought is because Tiera slapped her, which is when they first fought.
I can share it.
She claims that Tiera was trying to initiate a fight with her, which they end up getting into it again, and that's when she was jumped.
Whoa. Wow.
Get your paper, bitch! You just got jumped! Get your paper, bitch! Where is the crazy ass? She up over there! Don't breathe, baby! You want to forget?
Basically, her friends came in after she got jumped. And let me repeat that.
So, her friends... And let me make myself... Her friends came in after she got jumped. Not saying that the friends did something, not saying that you know what I'm saying, but it's like if we ride together, we ride together. You don't go anywhere unless you know what I'm saying? Like that's my mentality. Maybe that's just not this generation anymore, where it's like, you know, you don't let your friends just, I don't know. It just seems so weird to me. Like the way in which things are kind of playing out nowadays with some of these kids, I don't know. Is it just me who feels that way? Just seems weird to me. This whole situation seems weird. And so, loyalty, right? Vic, I would always get in there too. How could you not? Right. There's like 5 people against one girl, and then she's winds up dead, and now it's a homicide. What's up? Something's up with that, guys. Definitely. Like this is not, doesn't make sense.
One of her friends came in. From what my understanding is, there were 2 of them that went out. So while she was getting jumped, her friends never stepped in at all to help her.
Oh no.
Now, after carefully analyzing the video, I see that there's girls behind her pulling her by her handbag, and I'm assuming that they could be her friends, which, why would you pull her by her handbag and not jump in and help her? Like, that's just weird to me.
Now, by the way, I don't know how true Dee's story is. We still don't know the other side. Honestly, try to...
Oh my God. Did you see that girl? She was like, psh. This shit was, so it was, she looks like, she's like 110 pounds, and you got all these people on her jumping her. Who needs friends like this? Thank you, SW. That's crazy, yo.
To see if her friends have spoken out, and it looks like they haven't. If they have, my DMs are always open. I'm more than happy to hear your side, but if they haven't spoken out and they've been silent, that definitely does not look good.
No, it doesn't. Hold up. Let's go back a little bit, okay? So let's go back to right here.
When they were outside, she claims that Tiera was trying to initiate a fight with her, which they end up getting into it again, and that's when she was jumped.
No, it wasn't one.
Don't breathe, baby.
Basically, her friends came in after she got jumped. And let me repeat that. One of her friends came in. From what my understanding is, there were 2 of them that went out. So while she was getting jumped, her friends never stepped in at all to help her.
Wow.
Now, after carefully analyzing the video, I see that there's girls behind her pulling her by her handbag, and I'm assuming that they could be her friends, which, why would you pull her by her handbag and not jump in and help her? Like, that's just weird to me.
So
now, by the way, I don't know how true Dee's story is.
It's a developing story, clearly. Shout out to Martin. All right. I suggest you guys watch his video because it is very informative. I mean, I love Martin's commentary and everything that he does because he really breaks it down. Um, mm, well, Kate, how is it that she's like she went missing and now she's gone? That's just crazy to me. She went missing and now she's gone. How does that work? I don't get it. I don't get it. You let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. So we'll still be looking at this story because I definitely want to talk a little bit more about it. And make sure you're hitting that like button, please, and thank you. All right, let's talk about our last topic, which oh, right. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at these comments. Ooh, Karen, she did show up 70 miles away from the site. You're absolutely right. I want to talk a little bit about hold up. Let me put this. Let me make this smaller. Let's talk a little bit about what's been happening here. You guys know that I always do a little commentary on the YouTube streets. Let's talk about Miss Charlotte on the web. Shout out to Miss Charlotte on the web. If you guys are not subscribed to her, Charlotte on the web, I think her commentary, I mean, she does a little bit of everything. I know she's done a little of true crime and whatnot. And I know that her coverage, she does do a lot of coverage on Katie Joy, but a lot of, she has a little bit of a balance. She found herself in a situation which I think a lot of us content creators can find ourselves, right? When you do content on people, YouTubers, it's very easy to find yourselves in situations in which you can become a target. I was in Queen Bee's chat and I made that comment because Queen Bee, shout out to her, she stood up and said, what is happening with Charlotte is not fair. And I would have to agree with that. Miss Charlotte went live last night and was basically requesting the help of YouTubers or creators and everyone. And I think, I mean, there is a person out here on YouTube that had put some very defamatory statements about her children. And it was a really gross thing. I was listening to some of the things. I mean, the man went as far as saying that she basically pimped her children for drugs, right? That was one. And then started talking about her child's private part, okay? And then started saying all kinds of things, just so horrible kinds of things. I heard, right? I heard about this one too. And I do feel like, first of all, I there is no protection for people that do content creation. There is no protection whatsoever. DD, people say that all the time. Children are off limits, but that's exactly what happens. They go straight for the children, right? So although I may not always be on the same spectrum of what she reports on, we do different things. I believe, I could be wrong, that she supports MGL, and that's absolutely fine. Support whoever. I still don't think it's okay to have somebody go after you the way they did. So she went live and she talked about needing some help and support, right? I could see that she was very hurt. Okay. She looked like she had been crying for quite some time. I don't have anything against the lady. Whatever we can do to support her, we have to. I don't see why not. My hope is that whether it's reporting or making sure that whether it's tweeting something, because what this man said was not okay as well. And so he's been kind of ban evading. It sounds like he's been kicked out before and he's back. Whether she was doing commentary on him, it's neither here nor there. We warned Charlotte not to poke the bear. Here's the deal though, G14. The problem that I have with that is this. I've done commentary on Bullhorn Betty. A lot of people have warned me not to talk about that woman. I've done content on MGL. A lot of people have warned me not to do content on, these people. We are free to do commentary. If Charlotte on the web wants to do 50 more videos on Katie Joy, that is her prerogative. She can respond to her subscribers, right? It does not permit, nor should it allow anybody to say some ish about her and her children, right? Whether we agree and we don't agree with what's going on. The other thing that really gets to me, and I'm just going to say it too, I hate the fact that people are saying, well, she has a criminal record. So what? I don't care so what? You know how hard it is for felons to find jobs? YouTube is a blessing for a lot of people because they have a felony and they're able to do work here. So the fuck what? I mean, I have family that have felonies. Who cares? Okay? They did the crime, they did the time. So for what? So to me, it's like for people to kind of rub their nose on that is pretty shitty. Who cares? The lady is hustling. She's got some supporters here. YouTube doesn't provide any protection for us. Absolutely not. Not for our families, not for us. What I saw her is get really upset is because she was trying to contact somebody. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted to talk to somebody. Whether she requested Nate the lawyer, shout out to Nate the lawyer, by the way. I love Nate the lawyer. Or someone else. She wanted somebody to listen to her. And to me, it's like, we got to give that to her. You don't know the whole story. I absolutely agree with that one's family is off limits. This isn't Charlotte's first rodeo. She knew better than to deal with psychos. KJ, Nat, and Tati. But here's the deal. I could be Charlotte too. Miss Kathy P. Somebody can go after you. And you could be in her shoes too. We do content and commentary on all. Right? So it's like whether it's her first rodeo or her third rodeo or her second. She doesn't deserve that. Nobody does. Right? And to me, it gets to me because it's like, well, there's some people out there that have fallen out with her. That's fine. I don't know the lady. I know we're in two different ends. I know that she sees things a little bit different than I do. We don't agree with everything. But I don't think that, yeah, I heard that too. You shouldn't be, your safety should not be compromised over somebody, over doing commentary on someone. That can happen to me too, right? All of us. Her kids don't deserve it. Everyone has right to do their own content, and they should not be shut up by threats. I don't care what she's done or what her content. Wrong is wrong, period. Charlotte does it for views because she don't get them otherwise. Not like she does, though. I agree. But she don't stop either. I hope Ski gets banned. Yeah, but okay. Let me say this. All right. I'm going to play this video, and then I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are about that, because this is a very good point. Miss Kathy P. Let me go ahead and play this real quick. Especially that intro is where I want to go, because she said something here that really...
I have my soda pop.
Here we go.
My daughter's here. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. I love you. I'm so sick of this mess. I don't understand people, first of all. Hey, Debs. Hey, C Sloth. I don't understand people so far, right?
Let me ask you guys a question, right? And I made this point in Queen Bee's panel, okay? If I decide to, she's letting everybody know. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Vic. There's a bigger issue here. Someone sounds like they're trying to go real life because of someone's opinion. Thank you. That's the real issue. Whether they've done it before or not, okay, we all can fall victim and or fall into that as well, right? I've been doxxed. I've been threatened. I've told you guys before, and I talked about it, right? We all can fall into that. What I feel like is concerning to me is that it's an issue when it happens to you, meaning anybody. But then when it happens to someone that maybe might have happened to her before, then it's okay. Like it's not it's my opinion, right? If I have an opinion and I'm doing commentary on, say, JLR, does that give JLR the right to say things like, I'm going to set you on fire? Y'all may not like Charlotte, that's fine, but it's not cool to have somebody be threatened for their opinion, right? And thank you so much, Majestic, for becoming a member, my love. Thank you. Let me go ahead and hit play.
So I was up till, oh God, I don't know, 2 o'clock this morning on a live stream, or at least it seemed like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I, just to help, just whatever I help, yes, this morning somebody tagged me. They sent me a DM and they let me know that, okay, hang on. So they let me know that there was a creator that's standing up for me. And I really appreciated that. Hey, Shar, screw the haters. Keep your head up. Love you, Luke. I really appreciated that. I did click over on it for a few minutes. Like I said, I haven't been feeling great lately, but I wanted to see what I was being said. And I don't know the creator. Her name is Queen Bee. I do greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate her putting the spotlight on what's happening. That meant a lot to me. So if you all want to go check out Queen Bee, please do. I will link her in the description. And I just checked, and only thing I see is, well, hang on, let me do something real quick, okay? Just real quick, because I got a lot of stuff that I'm going to get.
Good point, G. I think that's a good point to make. Like, it's like, oh, if he's been doing this, whether and I'm looking over here, it sounds like he's been doing it to a lot of other people, a lot of other creators, that he has gone as far as what he's gone. Okay, so why are we allowing him to do that? I'm not familiar with him. I just found out about him last night when a couple of my subs sent me this video and said she's asking for help. Like, can somebody do something if you have any type of connection to YouTube? I know how to get a hold of YouTube, but the problem is that you're always going to get a bot and or a person. And what I'm getting is that she doesn't want the runaround, but they're not going to prioritize her. That's what I see. But let me go ahead and hit play on this.
Whether you like the person or can't stand the person, if it's bad enough, then you would be able to think that, okay, regardless of how I feel about this person, that's a really crappy thing to do to somebody, right? You would think that, people could at least agree that much. But no, they can't. Thank you, Nanny of 10, for the super chat. Thank you so much. So I was kind of disheartened a little bit, because I could see people, and this is not this creator's fault at all, at all. I would never, ever try to monitor or censor my chat, if they were just giving their opinion, and that's all these people were doing. But, I heard oh God, she supports this person, or she supports that person. And then there was actually even some people telling me, or not telling me, but telling other people, and I've seen screenshots of this too. She's been poking the bear. She's been going back and forth with him, so she deserves it. She deserves it. Only reason why she's talking about him, if she stops talking about him, she knows that she won't get any super chats and her channel will die.
That sucks.
First of all, I've had this channel. It's been monetized for almost 3 years. Didn't start talking about Methel until 3 months ago. And it was even a little after that I started talking about Marshmallow. So whether you think my channel will die or what, if I do or don't talk about somebody, that's your opinion. Because I'm still here, right? And a lot of these people you have to keep in mind, I know that they don't like me anyway because of what happened previously in the past. And then Unirock even chimed in on this creator's channel saying, oh, Charlotte's a liar, you can't trust her. You know, like, really, Unirock? Really? Really?
Hold up. Hold up.
I just...
Hold up, Miss Charlotte. Let me say something real quick. I have a problem with that. I remember like a week and a half ago where Bullhorn Betty and JLR were sending PayPals for $1, okay? And he claimed to have been threatened and doxxed. I don't see that as a dox, my opinion, okay? It's arguable. You guys can have your opinion on that, right? But he was doing content on people that are problematic, right? I'm sure people warned him like, hey, this is going to happen. And people were sympathetic to the stuff that was happening to him. So why call her a liar when it's questionable if that's a dox? Like, why is... I don't know, Miss Kathy P. I didn't see the chat, but I guess it was, she's saying it was typed in the chat. You know, Miss Kathy P, that's problematic too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute. She's telling you, and we're seeing all of this play out. The Marshmallow Skid Row, Skid Marks guy, whatever the fuck his name is. Okay, we're gonna call him Skid Marks. He went on Queen Bee's panel and also threatened her. So to me, it's like, wait a minute. Last week, it was just you. And people were sympathetic. But it's happening to her, and she's a liar? Look. Isn't that his name? His name is Skid Marks. It is not Ski Mask. It's Skid Marks Andy. That's his name, period. We gave him a new name. His new name is Skid Marks Andy. Okay. Whatever the hell. I don't know. I don't do commentary on that guy. I mean, come on now. I know I'm in the minority probably, but I can't. Well, you're not, Tina. And respectfully, I'm just going to say that. I'm just saying it was okay. She's a liar. But last week, it was like, I'm just like, I guess okay, whatever. I guess they're not cool with each other. I think that's what this is about. So if you're not cool with somebody, they're not a victim, but you are. All right, cool. I digress.
I'm blown away by a lot of it. New Jersey courts had your back this AM. Also, sweet girl. Thank you, Tammy, for letting me know. Oh, and that was another concern with people, apparently, is that I've been working with New Jersey courts from the very beginning. This is all a ploy to take Marshmallow down. And that's not true either. From Tro Hunter and me, stay strong. We're praying for you. Hope you reached out to Emily Baker.
So here's my point. And let me stop this real quick. You guys go feel free to, give Miss Charlotte on the web a view. We might be at different spectrums. So our commentary doesn't look the same. You know what I'm saying? And G14 said it best. What sucks is that he's been doing this for a while. It's a problem now, but it's not a problem before. It's a problem. I agree. If we all have a problem with it, then we all need to say something, right? Like, we can't just sit there and allow this ish to happen. Thank you. Oh, Aaron Aaron can vouch for her. Like I said, we're in two different spectrums. We might not have the same supporters. She might do more Katie coverage than I do. I don't mess around with the Katie caters or any. You already know my stance on Katie of the Joy. I keep them over there, right? But wrong is right is right, and she didn't deserve that. And I heard the video. I heard skid marks say what the fuck he said about that lady. That was messed up, yo. Okay, like that's not cool. I don't care if she has a, and then putting that shit out there about her kids, that's not okay. So I don't know, and I don't know why she call him Marshmallow. I don't know. Is that like his other name? I don't know. Just call him Skid Marks. Skid Marks Andy. Just say it. That's it. Skid has constant beef with everyone. Like he can't make this up. Oh Lord. Shar was doxxed years ago. Uni took up the cause. I just want to see if she learned anything. She had hid and expected others to fight her fight. Andy is wrong. I don't know what the cause was. You see what I'm saying? It's like some of these people have I don't know what their history is. But I will say this. It sounds like they all have history with each other. And some of that overlaps to everybody else. And that's not cool. That's not my problem that he had beef with her. That doesn't mean that it gives him the right to call that lady a liar and say it's not. Well, did you watch the fucking videos? Because when you were, doxxed and threatened last week and it was such a huge deal, we all had to sympathize with that. Okay. See, this is the issue that I don't like. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all support who the hell you want to support. You know? That's just what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give some commentary to the situation. Shout out to everybody who Lord, I'm not reading the comments because they're very messy and I don't want to get in trouble. Y'all, look at these. Well, they're not appearing here, but they'll appear here at some point. These comments are messy. I can't read these comments. Y'all, you're gonna get me in trouble. I can't. Regardless, you guys, I have to head out because I got baby Bunny over here and she's watching every move that I do. And she's like, "Are you done, Mom? I gotta head out." So let me go tend to her. You guys have a great night and a great weekend. Have a good one, guys. Bye.